This is section 4.1, part 4. We've been solving systems of linear equations by graphing. What we're going to do is the same thing we did before. We're going to graph both of these and see where they cross. So I'm going to start off with this one, and I'm going to try intercepts again. If x equals 0, we have 2 times 0, which is 0, so we end up with negative y equal to 4, which of course is y equal to negative 4. So this would be the point 0, negative 4. Let's graph that. 0, negative 4. Now y equal to 0. Minus 0 goes away, so that is 2x equal to 4. Let's divide both sides by 2. X equals 2. So this would be the point 2, 0. 2, 0 is here. So we have our line. Now let's go to our second line and say x equals 0. This one's set up a little differently, but that's okay. If x is 0, I have 4 times 0. Now I need to keep this 0 around because there's nothing else on that side. So I have 0 equals 2y plus 8. I need to get the y alone, so I'm going to subtract 8 from both sides. I get negative 8 equals 2y. Divide both sides by a 2. Slide this up a little bit. I get negative 4 equals y. So this would be the point 0, negative 4. 0, negative 4. I have the same point here. Now remember what I said before, just because you have one point in common, that doesn't necessarily mean it's your entire solution. That point is one of our solutions at minimum. So let's keep going, finish drawing this line. So I plugged in x equals 0, so now I'm going to plug in y equals 0. Okay, keep it on the screen long enough. So I have 4x equal 2 times 0 is 0, so this just equals 8. Divide both sides by a 4, and we get x equals 2. So this would be the point 2, 0. And when we go to plot it, we have exactly the same line. So I'm going to draw this just slightly off so you can see both colors, I hope. Okay. So what points do we have in common? We have all the points in common. Okay. We have the same line. So this is infinite solutions. Okay, it's infinite, but not everything. You can't tell me it's all real numbers. It has an infinite number of points on the line, and they're all in common. So all these points are answers. But this point right here, it's not an answer because it's not on the line. So it's infinite, but not everything. We call these dependent systems. Okay. Now, I said that you have to write this in set builder notation. Now, I'm going to talk to you about what exactly that means. My math lab will set up most of it for you. It's going to look like this. No, that's wrong. Ignore this. You need x and y. Okay, and you're going to have to fill in this blank. What they want you to put right there is these two equations are exactly the same. They're in different forms. Remember, we can do a lot of things with equations and they're the same. You can multiply both sides by 1,000,000 if you want to. You can divide both sides by negative 3.2 if you want to. It doesn't matter. We have a lot of different forms of the same equation. And since these are the same, they're looking for us to go to one standard form. Standard form is what we want right here. Now, as a reminder, what standard form is we need our equation written in this form, ax plus by equal to c. It has to be in this order. This has a lot of requirements on it. It has to be in this order. The first number has to be positive, which is usually going to be the number in front of your x. We're not allowed to have any fractions. And then I say that it needs to be reduced. Now, what I mean by that is if I have these two equations, and these are the same equation in different forms, this one is in standard form and this one is not. This one is not because 6, 14, and 20 are all divisible by 2. There is nothing that divides into 3, 7, and 10. Okay? It would have to go into all of them. So what we're going to do is we're going to look at the equations we have, and usually one of them is closer to standard form than the other. I'm just going to look at the numbers first. Remember, this is a 1 in front of the y. There's nothing that divides into 2, 1, and 4. Yes, 2 and 4 are both divisible by 2, but the 1 is not. It has to go into all of them. Compare that here. 4, 2, and 8, all of these are divisible by 2. So this one is definitely not in standard form. Let's keep checking this one, see if there's anything we need to do. Is it in the right order? Yes, x and then y equal to a number. The first number is positive. If the first number is not positive, simply multiply everything by a -1. No fractions. So if there were fractions in there, we would need to multiply all of them by the common denominator, or what I say, kill all the fractions. And we've already checked to see if it's reduced. So our first equation was already in standard form. So I don't think I can get all this on the screen at the same time. All I'm going to do is take this equation exactly as it is and write it in here. This is what they will want you to do if you have the same line.